Hi everybody, today I am going to be doing a plan with me in my Makselife Vertical Weekly. This will be the week of Monday the 25th through Sunday the 31st of July 2022. And I am doing this live stream once again with my patrons, but so it'll be a little different than a pre-recorded plan with me, but also a little different than a live stream that is a replay because it'll be edited. So fun. Anyway, editing Cindy here. The day after I filmed this, everything changed because of some emergency things going on in my family. Next week or so, I will pop up a quick video kind of talking about what happened and sort of how I adapted. But in the meantime, almost every plan I'm planning in this plan with me kind of went out the window, but there's still some great conversations that came out of it, so I figured I'd put it up anyway. Let's get going. I am using this. It's 2 weeks in a row I'm doing a celebrations collection. This is actually from last year's, the 2021 celebrations collection. And then I bought the matching situations here because, you know, good old summertime. I've got this Simply Gilded washi tape that I thought would look good with it. And then I've also got another Simply Gilded washi tape, and I've got more if I need them. And then I'm using the Zig Clean Color Dot Marker from the Smoky set in Wisteria, as well as I'm going to continue to use my Le Pen Permanent and my fine liner Pentel Finito. That's enough stuff. I think that's enough stuff. Okay, let's get going. Oh, you know what we did do this past week? Jesse, it was like last week, I think, that he did it for the first time, but I went for my first time taking Layla to the dog park, like an off-leash dog park, because we don't let her go off-leash in other places, not just because you're not supposed to, like, you know, I might be a rule follower, but, you know, if she was more trustworthy off leash, then maybe I would, but her recall is kind of shit. So putting her off leash somewhere that doesn't have like a fence is not a good idea, because we might have to go chasing after her like Jess did that one time when she saw a rabbit or something. But we took her to the dog park that's near her house, and Jess said the first time that they went, she was kind of hesitant. A little nervous, but then started getting into it. But the second time, she was having a much better time. The funny thing was that there's this big old like lab, like golden type lab looking dog. Like, I think it was more than just a lab. I think there was like a mix of something, but it was a big boy, like big enough to be able to step over her. He was not fixed, and he wanted to have his way with her, and I was like, bro, she's not consenting, and there's nothing going on there. You're not going to get anything out of this, sir. Raining here too. I can see, you know, I can't hear it because I'm in the basement, but I can see we have like those clear plastic window well covers that go over our like egress windows in the basement, so that Layla doesn't accidentally like break her ankle and fall into them. But I can see like the drops on it, so I know it is raining. It's been like thunderstorming here every day, even though it's been like fucking balls hot. Like, it'll thunderstorm in like the middle of the afternoon. Layla's not a big fan of storms, and neither is Lou. Odin is currently sleeping next to me on the floor. He does not seem to give two shits at the moment. But again, it's not noisy down here, so if there is any like, you know, thunder or anything that's going on at the moment, there's nothing that you can hear down here. Layla on the other, oh my god. So Layla, she is not aggressive. She's suspicious of anybody who might come into our house before she's had a chance to sniff them. But then as soon as she sniffs them, she's usually great. However, she also gets, there is like she'll get a little suspicious and disgruntled when people go walking by, but nothing seems to get her more suspicious than the house that's not across the street from us, the house that is across the street and like next door. There's a cat. I think it's their cat, like an indoor-outdoor cat. And Lou will start like puffing till I've never seen Lou as puffy as he has been when this cat has wandered into our yard. Like, he like gets like 4 sizes bigger. Kitten doesn't care, but Layla gets very, very upset and starts growling and woofing and maybe even barking, but like low growling and woofing, right? And so if she sees the cat across the street, which she gets a great view of it from our bedroom, same thing happens. She'll start barking and woofing, right? Well, today we're up in the bedroom and Jessie is getting ready and Layla's sitting in the window and she starts growling and woofing and Jessie's like, what the fuck? So he goes and he looks. It's a fucking plastic. Oh, there's the thunder. There's the thunder. It's a fucking plastic bag. It's like, what is it on American Beauty? It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen when they make fun of it in Not Another Teen Movie. But it's basically the case. It's like a plastic shopping bag that's blowing around in the wind. Layla thinks it's a cat. And so she's growling and like super upset, hackles all the way up at this fucking plastic bag. What happened to the kitten cam? It's still set up, but it's set up in Jessie's office. So we have apparently, on accident, successfully crate trained Odin. That Monday is hella crooked. Layla was crate trained at her foster home because there's so many other dogs there. Like the foster mom didn't even have to crate train Layla. All she did was say like, it's bedtime, guys. And the dogs, or like, it's crate time, guys. And the dogs would all go to their crates. And Layla would see them doing that. And we just went to her crate. And so she loves her crate. It's like her den. What we decided to do is get another crate, like the same size. So we have 2 crates in our house for Layla. There's one that's in Jessie's office and it's the smaller crate. It's like 30 inches and she fits just fine in there. And then we have a slightly bigger one in our bedroom, which is like her sleeping crate. And she has another one, the same 30-inch crate, like the same one is basically from Target. She has one of those at Jessie's office in the city. When we got Odin, we were keeping him in the bathroom for a while. And then we were letting him like parts of the house. But we wanted a spot where we could keep an eye on him or he could be in Jessie's office. But because this is before he and Layla really became buddies. And even then, when they are buddies, it still can be really distracting sometimes when they're playing with each other because you still have to be kind of on guard for Layla, like accidentally smushing him because she's so much bigger than he is and so enthusiastic. It's getting there. They're getting there, but they're not quite there yet. So we got a second one of those 30-inch crates from Target and put it on top of Layla's crate. So they're stacked. It's like a pet store. We put in like a little, like this little yurt situation that we had gotten for Lou, but that we couldn't keep out on the floor because Layla would try to fight it. So it's in there, and some water and some food for him so that he would have a spot to be in Jessie's office during the day, that he would still be safe. So Odin has decided that rather than go in the yurt, he likes to sit on top of it like it's a cat bed. So we've been putting him in there. And then now he is at the point where almost every day after he's had like his morning like meal and like his wandering around and harass Lou for a little bit, what he usually does is wander into Jessie's office while he's in there, climb up into the crate and go to sleep in there with the door open. He has crate trained him. We have crate trained him on accident. So that is where this all goes back to your question, Pam, about the kitten cam. The kitten cam is set up in Jessie's office to train on his crate. But he's not there right now. He is currently asleep on the floor next to me. I'm going to put these stickers on and cover up the hearts like I did last week. I really enjoyed that. I don't tend to use a lot of the decorative pieces of the Celebrations collection. If you've watched any of my Plan With Me's, you know I tend to be somebody who prefers to use like boxes and washi tape. Boxes and other boxes and washi tape and icons, but not like decorative bits and pieces. Having a spot to put some of these little decorative bits and pieces is fun. I don't care if it's crooked. I do care if it's crooked. You stole a whole ass steak. Oh my God. See, Kim, that's why you get a litter robot. Then you only have to clean it once every few days. But we got both. Our backyard turns into a fucking fiesta of dog poop. Now, Layla thankfully only poops and pees on the outskirts because we have like the bushes and like the foresty area. So she only poops and pees on like the outskirts of the yard, like behind the bushes. But that means he has to go back there to clean it up. And yes, Jessie is in charge of that, not I. Not I, said the fly. You need someone to come in and help you with home organization. The one organizational tip that has been a fucking game changer for me. There's one, like, I like to think that I am somewhat organized, but I tend to be somebody who is like kind of surface organized and then underneath it's a hot mess. Or I tend to be somebody who is like a piler, like I pile things. However, the one organizational tip that has been immensely helpful for me in keeping shit not looking heinous, especially in the places I use the most, keep the things that you use easy to get to and visible where you use them. Does that make sense? So like for me, I corralled all of my like skincare things on a little plate in my bathroom, but they're all there. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing thing in the world, but I use it, I pick it up, use it, put it back, pick it up, use it, put it back, pick it up, use it, put it back. Like it doesn't get scattered because that's where I use it. So I try to have as many like stations around my house as possible for where things belong so that I can always find them, use them, and then immediately put them back. My problem is if the place I use something is far enough away from where I keep it, then I'll get it out, I'll use it, and then I'll just leave it there and I won't put it away. So for me, that one tip has saved me so much. So we're going to use this purple one for Hot Wallet Summer right up in here, which has been working really well. I have not bought fucking anything. I really wanted to. Oh my God, what was it? What was it that almost got me? Here we go. We can share our Hot Wallet Summer or our no buy or our low spend wins. There was something I really wanted, and I actually was on Amazon justifying it to myself. I was on Amazon fucking justifying it to myself. What was it? I don't even remember what it was, which means it was like a gadget of something for the kitchen. And somebody had said that it was going to be great, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. And I was already on Amazon and had ordered it, added it to my cart before I stopped myself. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I don't even remember what it was, which should in and of itself tell you that I did not need it. And that's the thing I'm trying to break, is this like, oh, I want it, instant gratification, right? Like, oh, there's this thing and I want it, so I'm going to go get it because I can go onto Amazon and order and get it tomorrow. I don't even have to stop and wait. I don't even have to stop and research. I don't even have to stop and like think about it. I just buy it. And that's the thing I'm trying to break myself of right now, is that instant gratification. I used to be really proud of how good I was at not succumbing to like the shiny object syndrome. And I still feel that way when it comes to planner stuff. But apparently that feeling I used to have with planner stuff is transferred to all these other things. It's not about necessarily being perfect, right? It's not about like, oh, if I miss one day of my Hot Wallet Summer, then I'm a failure. No, you just missed a day. Keep trying, because you're still going to buy less and you're still going to spend less on things you don't need overall, even if you have a day where the Simply Gilded release gets you. And like you said, you have a plan for some of it. So there you go. Because that's the thing. If I had a plan for the thing that I can't remember that I almost bought, then I could say to myself, okay, well, then this isn't something that I need right now. So I can have this same plan in September when I'm done with my no-buy. But I don't even remember what it is. So it must not have been that useful. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, Vicky. I actually looked at the color this time. It's OPI. It's a gel color from OPI. They did a collection with Xbox, I think, recently. And it was one of those. It had a pun name. Let me look and see if I can figure it out. The color is Heart and Console. Fucking so weak. Heart and Console. As I don't have a shit ton on each day. I have a lot of work to do, but I don't have a lot of personal things, which is good because I have a lot of work to do. And then I'm not going to put a full box, not just because I don't have one, but also because here what I'm going to do is put Good Morning Sunshine, because Sunday is the day that we are taking off. So I'm going to put Good Morning Sunshine here. I'll take this guy here, and I will take this green, and I'm just going to put it here for the driving, because that's what we're doing, is we're driving. I'm not going to really even have much of a to-do list on this day, because when the fuck would I have time? We're gonna get up and we're gonna leave. I like this little slice tool. The biggest problem for these like little strips is that they have to be laid flat for me to be able to cut through so it doesn't like get all bunchy. You can't look at pineapples the same anymore since you found out their hidden meaning. Okay, wait a minute. What is their hidden meaning? I'm gonna put a little happy Steve. And I'm going to put a little coffee cup. It's a sign for swingers. Oh, I wish my mom was still alive. I could ask her because my mom was a swinger. All right. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to have to take my car to the dealership first thing because I have to just like one of the things I fucking hate about like where I live. This is like I love where I live. There's one thing I miss about, there's a specific thing I really miss about Napa. And that is that I could make an appointment at the dealership to bring my car in to get like its oil changed and to get serviced. And here, it's first come, first serve. And I fucking hate that. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. So I'm going to go in at like 8 a.m. and drop the car off because if they open at 7, that's more than I needed. You learned that today on TikTok? Yeah, I had always heard like about like the handkerchief thing that like allegedly at like gay clubs that gay dudes would wear to like talk about if they wanted sex or not. But like I don't fucking know how much of that shit's real and how much of it is urban legends. Monday I have a phone call at 10 and then I'm doing Layla's walk in the afternoon. And then other than that, I just need to get fucking work done. I have so much work to do. A pineapple that is placed on your porch or by a mailbox by swingers lets everyone know there's a swinger party going on. A pineapple is turned upside down is when there's someone looking for a swinger party. Who remembers the TV show that was on HBO? I think it was called Real Sex. It was like a documentary show, and it was about like different facets of sexuality and shit. It was on like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Valvoline, no appointment. I have to take my Nissan in to get like its, service too for its mileage. And then so one thing I do need to add onto this list for tomorrow is to call the cleaners. And I'm going to use this checkbox instead of using a like just a standard like dot pen because it's just important that I do it tomorrow. So I want to make sure it's like highlighted. I'm going to use this purple and I'm just going to cut it into bitsy bits. For my YouTube video that's going up on Tuesday, I actually still have to edit it because I haven't gotten around to it yet because I had a rough week and I was not feeling well. Sunflowers are the symbol for hidden disability. I did not know that. Learn something new every day about the pineapples and the sunflowers. Yeah, so that show Real Sex. I used to watch it. We didn't have HBO. I would watch it when we had. No, I would watch. I didn't watch it when it was airing. They used to have all the episodes on HBO Max, or some of the episodes at least. And so I would watch those. The one that fascinated me, there was this like orgy party. There was another one about swingers. There was another one that was about like conventions of people who like to dress as horses and have sex. It's a fascinating show to watch because it's interesting to me to hear about other people's proclivities, kinks, whatever, as a reminder that everybody is different. Everybody has different things that are important to them, different things that work for them sexually or not. And I kind of wish they would bring it back, especially and do it within, it's gonna be my last live. This is our last live stream before I travel. And this is my last Procrastiplanner live stream sticker. I have officially used them up. Remember when I started saying I was going to use these for my project Stash Down? Boom. Stash down. Yeah. I thought that it was a fascinating show, especially when it comes to treating sex as just something normal, as opposed to sex and kink is just another facet of humanity, as opposed to something to be ashamed of. And I would love to see that get made again or brought back in a context of, especially with everything that has with the more better understanding about gender and sexuality and everything else. I think that would just be rad. Yeah, it's Stash Down Victory. Stash Down. We're going to do a little dance. A little victory dance. This guy will probably be done on another week. Human sexuality to me is a very fascinating topic. Cleaner time. I'm gonna write cleaner time as opposed to cleaners because I lost lettering check-in. Cleaner time. Which reminds me, I gotta get cash out because I keep forgetting to do that. Well, and see, that's the thing, Kim. You love talking to your friends about their sex lives because it's very different from yours. You know, you don't know. With a lot of people, you don't know. Can I just ask them? And be curious, because I love hearing about these things and I love talking about them. But because so many people have shame wrapped around them, and so many people have like other things wrapped, like a lot of baggage wrapped around with, even if they're comfortable with their sex life, they might not be comfortable talking about their sex life. And so, you know, a show like that was interesting to me because it was a window into some people's sex lives and like people talking about them without shame. And that to me was rad. I have to do both walks on Wednesday because Jesse is just swamped with work that day. Okay, so you grew up in a Baptist church, you still believe in God, but the things you don't agree with, is the UU church the only one like that, or are there others? If you are like specifically like Christian, like you believe, like you want like UU church, but with more Jesus, I would highly suggest you check out the United Church of Christ. United Church of Christ is basically, there's a running gag that they're like UUs, but with more Jesus. They are the ones who developed the OWL, Our Whole Lives Human Sexuality program with the UUs. So they are an excellent choice. You could also go to a Methodist congregation if it is in the group of affirming, because I know that there's like a schism with Methodists right now. The affirming Methodists, same with there's affirming Lutherans and Episcopalians. But if you're really looking for something like the UUs, I would suggest the United Church of Christ. How you join a UU church, is there a process that needs to be done? From what I understand, I mean, I guess it's the same with all UU churches, but I don't know for sure. I've only joined the one until I join the next one I'm going to join. But you sign the membership book. You either make a pledge, like a financial pledge to the congregation, or you don't, but you let the minister know you're not going to be financially pledging because of hardship or because it's just not going to be okay for you. It's not like a religious tithe. Our minister used to joke that there was no way for her to like guilt trip us into giving money to the congregation because it's not like she could tell us we were going to hell if we didn't tithe or whatever, because that's not what happens in a UU church. But it's because UU churches are self-funded. Like we don't get money from the UUA. We have to fund our own churches. There's that. But again, you don't have to make a financial pledge. You can just tell the minister. And the minister will be the only one who knows. And the treasurer. And I know this from the perspective as somebody who was board president, and I didn't know who made what. I didn't know who made what pledge. I didn't know who pledged and who didn't. All I knew was the number. I knew who were officially members, but that's all I knew. And that's it. But if you don't have one in your neighborhood, you can check out, if you want to check out a UU congregation and you don't have one close to you, look up the Church of the Living Fellowship. That is the online UU congregation for people who don't have a home church. It's massive. They do all the things that they can. So it's pretty cool. Walking Layla in the afternoon, and that's the night Jess and I are going to be going to the Big Eat, which is a festival in Denver. It's a food festival. We're very excited for it. It's a food festival. It is run by the Denver, like it's like Eat Denver, which is like the independent restaurant association. So all of like they're to support independent restaurants in Denver. And it's this big festival where you go and they have all these restaurants serving up like small bites. So you can like sample, and there's a whole shit ton of restaurants that are there that are organized by neighborhood. And we're very excited because there's a bunch of restaurants in the area in Denver that we want to try. And this is maybe a way to help us kind of prioritize which ones we'd like to try eventually. So we're excited about it. Not dog friendly though, but there will be live music and such. I'm loving how this is looking, by the way. I'm going to put Sheets plus Comforter because I want to do both of them on Saturday. I think what I'll do is put task list for my tasks for the rest. I mean, I know it's every day, but like to emphasize the things that need to be done before we leave. And that, I think, is going to wrap this one up. I'm thinking this is about all I can fill in for right now anyway, but I'm loving how this looks. Loving how this looks. I love these colors. All right, this is going to wrap it up for this week. We learned some fun facts this week about sunflowers and pineapples. So I would love to know a fun fact from you in the comment. What is a piece of information that you have that you think is not very well known? Like some fun fact that you can just spit at us in the comments below, like pineapples being a symbol for swingers. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, friends, peace.